So, welcome back to Hotline Miami. Doing something a little bit differently this episode. I recorded my gameplay first. Oh, that's a bad thing. I recorded my gameplay first, and this is post commentary. I know these couple of levels are very hard, and I wanted to be able to concentrate on them instead of doing commentary while I play, because I noticed that makes me not as good. So we should be talking to Richard Mask now. And I tried to go down the stairs, but that's not the correct way. And what? So crazy made my head explode. So, this level. You may have noticed after a prank caller at the phone company, things got extra weird, extra violent, extra dreamlike and impossible. Well, here's why. You've been in a coma. And those have been like your nightmares, basically. And see that cop outside who's reading the newspaper. When he has his newspaper closed, he can see you. I was kind of trying to demonstrate, but then I screwed up a couple times. So, he throws you back. Also, I didn't intend to walk like that. In this level, you kind of stagger around. You press a direction and you don't necessarily go in that direction. Like I'm swaying around side to side. Like you saw me go into the corner there. Also, the more you move, the worse that gets. And eventually, you won't be able to move at all. Like you see the static increasing and the scan lines going nuts. If you move too much, you kind of like kneel down and you get the tinnitus sound. You get the ears ringing. And your guy like clutches his head. So this is Jacket in the hospital gown. I guess you can't really call him Jacket. Also, this is a hard part because he closed his newspaper the minute the doctor went by. So, managed to go straight that time, and that was like a weird sway. What else is going on in this mission? You can't punch. You can't interact with anything. You can't slam the door on people. If you try, you instantly get caught, and there I am watching the cop. This is actually the only thing you can interact with. Once you pick up the key card, you can go inside this, you can open this door, but the cop saw me before because I was staggering. You see me kind of like hesitate and pause to like kind of catch your breath. Oh, don't want to go that way. So I ducked back in. So this is very interesting and cool thematically because, you know, you just woke up from a coma, you're not even fully healed from your surgery, and you're trying to escape the hospital, you're kind of all jacked up. So that's really cool, but it's really difficult and unpleasant to play. It feels like Jacket is really miserable here. But of course, that door is like stuck open and it's making a weird noise every time I touch it. Jacket's resolve is he's just seen his girlfriend murdered. That's the last thing he remembers before being in a coma. There's the animation I was talking about. So he's resolved to do something about it no matter how bad of shape he's actually in. Actually, I tried to go this way a couple times, and then I was like, why exactly am I going against the grain? It makes me have to wait a lot more. Oops. That was another one of those that I staggered into something I didn't mean to. Because the controls just kind of do what they want. When you're at minimal grain, I guess. You can pretty much go where you want to go, but then after a few steps you start going side to side. Yeah, here's me actually going with the grain, like a smart person. Then there's this part. There's the guy will see you through the window. Go any closer. And there's the two doctors walking a circuit in the hallway. So you have to do another one of those where you like sync up when one's going to be not passing by the window and the other one's not going to be passing by your door here. So I'm going to let this guy go one more time past the window, and freedom. Almost did make it. And you even get a different transition. You get all staticky, and it's like your eyes barely open, and the movement of the trees and the buildings is much, much slower because you're walking instead of driving. So Jacket somehow managed to stagger home. Notice his car has been completely trashed. By who? I don't know. I'm guessing the guy in the rat mask, which, spoilers, you've seen the rat mask already, as it's one of the available ones that I have on the mask selection screen. But now that he's home, I guess he probably takes a day of rest in the apartment, and then he just kind of takes off. Because he isn't totally jacked up in this part. So this is, we know that the guy in the rat mask is, I'm just kind of demonstrating why you don't go out there. The guy in the rat mask is been arrested by the cops. Or this shotgun guy over, he's not a shotgun guy, a rifle guy. Oop. And I didn't notice there was a guy in the corner. There's going to be a lot of gunplay in this, so I chose the unicorn mask. I forget his name. I think the unicorn mask is Charlie. I'll roll this back and check for sure. Probably add another one of my little annotations in the video. If you get too close to that window, he'll also shoot you. So you do a Terminator 2, or Terminator 1 rather, and you walk into a police station and just kill everybody. It's jacked. So you try to go over here, that's what happens. There's those two cops sitting right next to the window. So there's a very specific, unlike most levels, there's a very specific way you have to go to get through this. Like, I guess maybe you could take a different route if you take the gun over to the right side and you're really good, but I think there's only pretty much one way to get through for normal people, and it is a lot of guns. I say there's a lot of guns, but there is literally 3 weapons on this stage, so your flexibility score is always going to be low. There's the, like, billy club, tonfa, whatever that is, the pump shotgun, and the, like, M16. So, I changed my mind. I was going to take a melee up, but then I was like, no, I'll take a rifle. And that's another thing that's new in this mission. Those metal detectors. If you walk through them with any weapon in your hand, they go off and they will alert enemies. Just sort of like gunshots. They'll run over. There's big guys, and I like shoot them a little bit and let them bleed out. There he goes. But it does take a while, so it's kind of tricky to handle that. I'm shooting a lot more because your aim is kind of jacked in this level. Like, so, like, your aim is a little bit worse than usual. Which is the only thing left over from you being injured. I miss my shotgun blast and get killed, so I have to redo everything on the last guy. Really sucks. The whole point of the post commentary was supposed to be like, you know, have better gameplay, concentrate on the gameplay while you, instead of the commentary, but these last couple of levels are hard, and I had a lot of trouble with them, as you can see. My awesome shooting there. This definitely would be easier if I had a scroll wheel on my mouse that lets you like snap to aim on different guys. But I don't have one, so I'm doing this all manually, so I'm notably worse than probably another person would be. This track is pretty good on the track list as well. So the big guy's bleeding. Gotta finish him off. Got both of them with that blast. One guy left. I say it alerts guys, but like no one's actually moved. Some of them are just like stuck to one place. They refuse to move. So I read this once, and then every time you die, it plays through again. That little cutscene. So you can see that a lot. So I don't check it out yet. But that's Rat Mask guy with the green jacket up there. The guy we've seen in our dreams. The guy that has killed like our beard friend. And every time you enter the center room, there's those 4 or 5 cops rather that are barricaded in the middle. So you kind of have to run by quickly or else get shot by all those dudes. Ah, wasted that one. Do I really not check out the Rat Mask? That cop was not dead, he was just lying down. No ammo, of course. That guy knocked himself out with the door. It's pretty cool. Pretty funny, rather. I don't know how that guy managed to avoid getting shot. Tried to get that guy to come through the door, but quiet gunshots made him not listen. So we grab the key, makes us drop our weapon for some reason. Pick that back up. The last cop in the center room there. And now you have the choice to kill this guy or not. Just going around one more time, making sure I got everyone. If you kill him, you get the Rat Mask, which I already have in this playthrough. But if you don't kill him, nothing particularly happens. Like, he doesn't come back or anything. So I figure my jacket would want revenge. So he just sits there and punch him. Knock out his teeth. It gives you some very important information. Like you've made up your mind. When you strangle him, which the animation doesn't look great because he's like fallen through a wall. So he's now strangled to death, and we go get the files that the police have on me. And the mysterious phone call group. They have a name, but I'm not going to say what it is just yet. That's mostly a sequel thing. All we know is someone has been making weird phone calls and there's been multiple people that have been getting them and being told to, well, they just get the phone calls. I mean, they don't say you have to, on the phone, that you have to go there and kill everyone there, but everyone that gets them seems to just do it. Also, you remember Richard Mask said you'll wake up in a larger house. Well, guess what? So it's interesting that the cops note that there are Russian mob ties to the callers. And they also pointed out that little red spray paint symbol on the floor. And that should be it for this episode. So, the conclusion coming soon.